Namaste yogis, welcome back or welcome to my channel Mindfully Yoga. My name is Ryan and I will be guiding you through your practice today. So I've had a few people reach out through social media channels and requested a slow flow yoga practice, and I've been uploading a lot of vinyasa and yin practices. So today's practice is going to be a slow flow practice. Slow flow yoga it actually sounds slow and boring, but actually is anything but. Slow flow yoga requires us to stay in a pose for a while and focus on the body sensations, really come back to the present moment. I personally love practicing slow flow yoga and teaching it as well, and I hope you like it too. We'll begin our practice in a seated position by taking a few centering breaths. So you can sit cross-legged either on a block or in Virasana or Japanese seat by sitting your glutes onto your heels and tucking your toes under. Coming to place your hands on your knees or your thighs wherever it feels good. Relaxing the shoulders. With the lips closed, unclenching the jaw. We'll take 3 deep, long breaths. And then slowly opening our eyes, we'll take our left hand outside of the mat, bring it on the fingertips, right hand sweeps up and over. Right hand is reaching towards the left hand side of the room, and if you have more space, placing the palm onto the mat. And then gently peeling your right shoulder open, take your gaze towards the ceiling. And then slowly coming back to center and transitioning to the other side. Right hand comes out, left hand goes up and over. And if it feels good, peeling the shoulder open and taking your gaze towards the ceiling. And then one more breath here as you breathe into the side body and let the obliques stretch. Very nice. We'll transition to child's pose, Balasana. So bring the big toes to touch and the knees can be as wide as the mat. And when you extend the hands towards the front, let the forehead melt into the mat. Bring attention to the entire body, notice how it's feeling. And then slowly sliding forward into Sphinx pose, Salamba Bhujangasana. You bring the elbows below the shoulders, forearms on the mat. Press the tops of the feet into the mat, making this active. And then press the tailbone down, pressing the pubic bone into the mat. Shoulders gently draw away from the ears. and eyes can be closed or a soft gaze ahead. One more breath here as we slowly transition into down dog. Making your way there in your own time, in your own style. As you come into down dog, spread the palms, plug the palms into the mat and spread the fingers wide, pressing the finger knuckles down, and take your gaze between your legs towards the back. Let your head hang heavy. And maybe you want to pedal your feet. I like to call it walking the dog. Or maybe you want to stay still. And then gently ripple forward into a high plank, Kumbhakasana. And then mindfully coming into all fours, placing your knees below your hips, your wrists below your shoulders. And from here we'll do a few rounds of cat-cow. On the inhale, belly dips. On the exhale, round the upper back. Inhale, tailbone rises. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, shine your heart open. Exhale, let the tailbone descend towards the floor. As you marry breath to movement, get one more time. Coming back to center. We bring attention to our right leg and place the right foot on the inside or outside of the right hand, not inside, my apologies, into lizard lunge, Uttan Pristhasana, and looking to the top of the mat and noticing how the right outer glute and the left hip feels. So it's a slow flow practice, so we'll stay here for a few breaths. One more breath here. And we'll swing the right leg around, coming back into all fours. Taking the left foot and placing it on the outside of the left hand. And bringing your gaze to the top of the mat. Noticing how the left outer glute and the right hip feel this time. One more breath here. And then let's place the left knee again back next to the right knee at hip width distance. Let's tuck the toes and raise our hips towards the sky. Once again, coming into down dog. On the inhale, right leg goes towards the sky. On the exhale, let's step it through between our hands. Lower the left knee down, untuck the toes. Hands go up into low lunge, Anjaneyasana. So trying to get a right knee above our right ankle and our left hip above the left knee, or maybe you can be a little bit longer if you wish to have a deeper stretch in your hip. We'll bring the hands down, let the fingertips frame the right foot. We'll extend the right leg. We'll stack the left hip above the left knee and curl the right toes towards our face for a half monkey stretch. Ardha Hanumanasana. One more breath here. Let's return the right foot back to the mat. Place the palms into the mat, tuck the toes in the back leg. Lift the back knee off the mat. Take the right leg towards the sky. Three-legged dog. And then from here, we yawn our hip open. We stack the hips on top of another as the right glute tries to reach for the left heel. Now yogis, our right shoulder may come away from the mat. So squaring the shoulders. So there's equal weight distribution on both hands. Let's straighten the right leg, square the hips, let the toes face the front, face the floor, and let's step the right foot through between our hands one more time, coming into runner's lunge, looking straight ahead, and then gently and mindfully rising up into high lunge. I recommend getting your balance first and then rising up into high lunge. Hug the left hip towards the right knee. Draw the lower belly in, engage the pelvic floor. And then from here we'll transition to pyramid pose. We bring the hands down as the fingertips frame the right foot. We'll straighten both knees into pyramid pose. Now the front knee doesn't really have to be straight. You can use blocks at home or books for support if the hands don't reach the ground. You can even place your hands on your front shin. And then the back heel might be lifted to give you more length in your hamstring. Or you can walk your back foot in slightly to help you with this pose. Parsvottanasana. One more breath here. Bend the front knee. Step the left foot forward to meet the right foot. Meet in a forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. And then slowly rising up, coming up one vertebra at a time. Once again, there is no rush to get there. And then as we arrive at the top, we draw the shoulders away from the ears, palms face the front. Tadasana, mountain pose. Ground down through all four corners of the feet. Lift the kneecaps. Engage the pelvic floor. Chin parallel to the floor. And imagine a string pulling the crown of the head towards the ceiling. One more breath here. Softly opening the eyes if you close them, and on the inhale taking the hands towards the sky. On the exhale, hands to heart center as we come all the way down. Halfway lift, fall forward. This time we'll come back into a high plank. Gaze to the top of the mat, draw the lower belly in, engage the glutes, the quads and the hamstrings. Mindfully lower both knees to the mat. Untuck the toes, come all the way down until the forehead meets the mat. Inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, down dog. On the inhale, we'll lift the left leg towards the sky. On the exhale, we'll step it through between our hands. Lower the right knee down, untuck the toes. Hands sweep up. As you come into low lunge, and once again notice the difference on this side as that how the right hip feels compared to the left hip. Lift up from the upper ribs and relax the shoulders. Bring the fingertips down as you frame the left foot, straighten the left leg, stacking the right hip over the right knee. And if you want to feel a deeper stretch, curl the toes towards your face. Half monkey stretch on this side. One more breath here. And then slowly returning the left foot back to the mat. Frame the left foot, tuck the toes on the back leg, lift the back knee off the mat. Take the left leg towards the sky, three-legged dog. Then from here, yogis, we will stretch our hip. So yawning your hip open, left heel towards the right glute, and then squaring the shoulders. Looking below our eyes onto the mat. One more breath here, yogis. And let's straighten the left leg, square the hips, toes point towards the floor. Take a big inhale, fill up. And on the exhale, place the left foot between your hands, coming into runner's lunge. So once again, left knee above the left ankle. Once you have your balance, rising up into high lunge, Ashta Chandrasana. Hugging the right hip towards the left knee. And this time as we draw the lower belly and engage the pelvic floor, engaging the oblique muscles, the side body, let the energy travel up to our fingertips, reaching towards the ceiling. One more breath here. And then straightening both knees, folding forward into pyramid pose. All toes face the front. Gaze to the floor. One more breath here. Let's bend the front knee and step the back foot forward to meet the front foot. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. And once again, we'll come up into Tadasana. Gently, one vertebra at a time. As the palms face the front and the shoulders relax away from the ears. I'll face you for this one. We stay here for 2 more breaths. And then gently bring the hands to heart center. So our first balancing pose today will be tree pose. So with tree pose, we ground down onto the right foot, even spreading the toes to feel that connection like the roots of a tree. We'll bring the left foot on the inside of the right leg, below or above the knee. We don't want to be knocking against the knee to avoid any injury. And find a spot to gaze at, to focus. One more breath. And gently bring the left knee into the chest and then mindfully return the left leg to the mat. You may want to shake the right leg. My glutes start to burn in tree pose. I don't know why. And then we come back to center. This time we'll ground down onto the left foot. And this side may be better or worse than the other one. Bring the right foot on the inside of the left leg. Hands to heart center. Vrikshasana. And if you fall out, it's okay. Falling is a big part of yoga. Slowly bring the right knee into the chest. And then return the right foot to the mat. Shake the left leg if you like to. Meet me at the top of the mat. If you're already there, you don't need to move. On the inhale, hands go towards the sky. On the exhale, we bring the hands to heart center as we fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold forward. Gently step back into a high plank. Bring your gaze to the top of the mat. Lower both knees to the mat. Untuck the toes. Come all the way down until the forehead meets the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, cobra. Exhale, fold forward. The next pose we will do is Shalabhasana, locust pose. So bringing the hands, return the forehead to the mat. Bring the hands by your side. Palms plug into the mat. And then lifting the forehead of the mat, peeling the torso of the mat. Now you're welcome to stay here. Or if you have more, you can maybe lift the hands on the mat, shoulder blades seek each other. And then if you wish to go higher in Shalabhasana, you can lift both feet off the mat. And pressing the pubic bone into the mat. And remembering to focus on our breath. Pay attention to the nostrils and observe the air as it goes in and out of the nostrils. One more breath. And then slowly return all the way back down onto the mat. Bring the hands next to the ribs. In transition to child's pose, big toes touch. Knees can be as wide as the mat as the forehead meets the mat. And then slowly rising up, crossing the ankles, pushing the glutes towards the hips, and then extend the legs as we come into a seat. We come to lie down. Bend the knees, feet on the mat. See if you can brush the back of your heels with your fingertips. Hands come to rest by your side. And on the next inhale, tilt the pelvis forward and up. Engage the glutes. Raise the hips towards the sky. Into bridge pose. Setu Bandhasana. Keeping the glutes squeezed together. One more breath. And then mindfully coming back all the way down. One vertebra at a time. Hug both knees into the chest. And then we're going to drop both knees to the left hand side. Hands come out in a T, into a twist. Gaze to the ceiling or over your right shoulder. Coming back to center, hug both knees into the chest. As this time we drop both knees to the right hand side, hands come out in a T, gaze over the left shoulder or towards the ceiling. We just want to make sure that our shoulder blades are on the mat. Coming back to center, hugging both knees into the chest. We extend our legs long onto the mat. Hands come to rest by our side as the palms face the ceiling. As we come into Shavasana. Your final resting pose. And I know you may have places to go and things to do. But just taking these few minutes in the day in Shavasana to absorb everything we did during our practice. Making gentle movements with your fingers and your toes as you feel life come back to the body. And then rolling over to the favorite side. And with your eyes closed, coming up into a seat. Bring the hands to heart center. Thumbs press against the sternum. We take one soft inhale and one soft exhale. Bring the thumbs to third eye center, to our lips, and to our heart. From my heart to yours, Namaste. Thank you for joining me for this practice, and wherever you're in the world today, have a great day, awesome afternoon, or an amazing evening. And if you really enjoyed the practice, I'll be grateful if you could please like the video and subscribe to my channel, Mindful Yoga. Until then, I will see you soon on the mat. Namaste.